A girl is suspended in mid-air for a stage play, completely helpless. Suddenly, the theater lights cut out. When they flash back on, a masked killer is violently yanking her wire rigging, slicing her body apart right in front of a live audience. And sitting in the front row, the ultimate survivor who thought she escaped this nightmare decades ago. Who would dare pull off a public slaughter like this? Rewind the tape. Meet Scott. He's a hardcore true crime junkie. He thinks it's a romantic idea to bring his girlfriend Amber to the infamous Stummacher murder house. He's playing around, taking selfies with the creepy Ghostface animatronics in the living room. Little does he know, one of those dummies isn't a machine. Boom. A real blade plunges straight into his gut. Amber runs for her life. She trips in the hallway. The killer doesn't just stab her. He pours a whole can of gasoline over her trembling body. A single match drops. The house erupts in flames. The deadly game has officially restarted. Cut to Sidney Prescott. Yes, the legend herself. She's a mom now. She just wants a quiet, normal life. Her teenage daughter, Tatum, thinks her mom is just paranoid and overprotective. Tatum is sneaking her boyfriend Lucas into her bedroom. Sidney locks down the house every night, like a military fortress. She knows the rules of survival, but you can't lock out the past. Back to that theater attack. It's an absolute bloodbath. Tatum is in the play. Sidney and her cop husband, Mark, are watching from the crowd. After the lead actress gets butchered on the wires, Sidney snaps. She pulls a hidden gun and starts firing at the stage, but the killer vanishes into the shadows. The police are completely clueless. Then, Sidney's phone rings. It's a video call. She answers it, and her blood runs ice cold. It's Stummacher on the screen, the original Psycho. He's laughing. He says he's coming for her daughter. But wait, Stadu is dead, right? It's a deepfake. A terrifyingly perfect AI trick. The killer is playing sick mind games, and he's a tech genius. Sidney knows they need to run. She tells Tatum to pack immediately, but it's too late. The house lights instantly cut out. Mark draws his weapon and clears the dark hallway. Suddenly, Ghostface appears right behind Tatum with a razor-sharp knife to her throat. Sidney begs him to stop. Mark doesn't hesitate. He tackles the killer. It's a brutal, bone-crushing fight. Mark gets thrown over the second-floor railing and hits the ground hard. Sidney grabs Tatum. They sprint into a hidden panic room. The killer is outside, literally smashing through the drywall with his blade. They barely escape through a secret tunnel into the backyard. Mark wakes up just in time to tackle the killer again on the lawn. Out of nowhere, a speeding SUV slams into Ghostface. The iconic reporter, Gale Weathers, steps out of the car. They unmask the bleeding killer. It's some random escaped mental patient. The cops think the nightmare is over, but Sidney isn't stupid. In this twisted game, there is never just one. Meanwhile, Tatum's friends are hiding out in a closed bar. They think they're safe. Big mistake. The killer locks the doors from the outside. The kitchen turns into a slaughterhouse. A girl gets her throat violently slashed under the counter. Lucas, the tech nerd boyfriend, tries to play the hero. He gets thrown out of the kitchen, covered in blood. He's crawling across the floor, leaving a bloody handprint on the glass door. Ghostface walks up behind him. He lifts Lucas up and slams his entire body right onto a sharp beer tap. Blood pours out of the nozzle. It's absolutely savage. Tatum is running through the dark streets alone. She breaks into a closed coffee shop to hide. The killer is right outside, banging on the glass. He punches in the door code and gets inside. Tatum hides in the back office, terrified. Sidney is watching the whole thing through the security cameras on her phone. She's talking Tatum through it. Open the safe. Grab the gun. Tatum is shaking violently. She's crying. She can't do it. Sidney yells through the phone, forcing her to focus. The killer is right outside the door. Sidney tells her to shoot straight through the wall. Bang, bang, bang. The killer drops. But rule number 1, always double tap. Tatum pulls the trigger again. Click, empty. The killer jumps up. He smashes her through the glass door into the street. Sidney gets another call. Come to the original house alone. She grabs her gun and speeds over. She walks into the living room. Computer screens turn on. AI deepfakes of every dead killer from her past are mocking her. Then, she looks out the window. Mark is bleeding on the ground. Tatum is tied to a chair. Ghostface steps up. and slowly takes off the mask. You will never guess who it is. It's Jessica, the friendly neighbor, Lucas's mom. She's smiling like a complete psychopath. And guess what? Lucas steps out of the shadows. Totally fine. He faked the beer tap impalement. He's the tech genius behind the AI calls. Why did Jessica do it? She read Sydney's survival book. It inspired her to murder her own abusive husband. She became obsessed with Sydney, but when Sydney went into hiding to protect her family, Jessica felt betrayed. She wanted the ultimate final girl to come back. She wanted to kill Sydney and take her place as the new ultimate survivor. She is completely unhinged. I am making Sydney 2.0. Jessica screams, holding a knife to Tatum's throat. Sydney doesn't hesitate. She opens fire. Total chaos erupts. Sydney and Jessica are fighting tooth and nail in a garage covered in plastic tarps. Jessica grabs a heavy wrench. She's bashing Sydney. She's choking the life out of her. It looks like the absolute end. Suddenly, a blade goes right through Jessica's back. It's Tatum. She got free. Tatum grabs the dropped gun and unloads it into Jessica. The psycho mom drops to the floor. But wait. Jessica suddenly screams and lunges one last time. Mother and daughter raise their guns together. They light her up. It is finally over. Sydney looks at her daughter covered in blood but standing tall. The torch has been passed. This isn't just a story about surviving a masked maniac. It's a brutal look at the cycle of trauma. You can run from your dark past, but you can never truly hide from it. Sometimes, the only way to protect your kids from the monsters of the world is to teach them how to pull the trigger themselves. Do you think you could survive if your friendly next-door neighbor was secretly plotting your brutal murder? Let me know your survival plan in the comments.